6,332 books in 2022, and my goal for 2023 is 6,439 books. Anywho, I got a really cool book series and I'm gonna read it in 2023, and I just wanted to show you their Disney princess retellings. So I'm gonna show you a few of the ones I'm excited for. I'm really excited for this Cinderella retelling, but the second one is called My Perfect Wedding, so that's kind of a spoiler. Like, I already know what's gonna happen, but I don't know who she's gonna be married to, so we'll see. I'll let you know how that goes. I really like romance books, so I'm gonna read One True Love. I'm really excited for this one. I think this is about Jasmine. I'm really excited. I love princess books. Once I read all these, I'm gonna read this next book series. I'm gonna read the Pinkalicious trilogy. I'm really excited for this one. This one has a unicorn on it, so I think it's a fantasy book, so I'm really excited. But yeah, this one's...
Seen a bunch of these TikToks talking about our 2023 bookish goals, so I thought I'd join in and tell you about mine. I'm trying to be easy on myself this year and set goals that I can actually attain. The first goal is just the quantity of books that I want to read this year. I'm setting myself at 150 books, which is what I did this year. It's a very easily attainable goal. I think I hit it in October of this year, and then that let me just enjoy my reading for the next couple months. The next goal is to continue to read diversely. This should be easy because it's something that I practice all the time in my reading. I try to make sure that every month I'm reading books of all different nationalities, ethnicities, skin colors, sexualities, just books with people of all different backgrounds. It makes me a more well-rounded reader, and it lets me see life through other people's perspectives. Next is I am officially going on a book buying ban. I'm gonna see how long I can go into the new year without buying a single book. I bought 10 books at the Barnes & Noble sale, so that should hold me off for a while. I have some pre-orders that I'm not planning to cancel, and I have my book subscription boxes, obviously, but other than that, I'm not planning on spending any money on books, so we'll see how I do. I have a lot of unread books on my shelf, and I want to prioritize reading those. Next one is to DNF more often, and I know that's wild because I am already a person who preaches DNFing all the time. I do it all the time, but I still finished some books this year that when I finished them, I was like, I should not have spent the time on those. I need to be better about stopping a book when I know I don't like it. And some of them I finished because I had friends who had recommended it. I wanted to talk to them about it, but it is okay if I don't like the same books my friends do. I'm not wasting my time on them. And my last bookish goal is to use my Kindle. I've had a Kindle for 3 years. This year I read a single book on my Kindle. I don't know why. I don't know why I can't get into reading on my Kindle, but I'm traveling a lot. I'm taking an international trip this summer, and I refuse to bring physical books with me to weigh down my suitcase. So I will be reading on my Kindle, and there is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. This is the year that I get into Kindle reading. That's it for my bookish goals. There's nothing really crazy here. I wanted to make it easy on myself so that I can just enjoy reading. It's my favorite hobby. It's the thing that makes me the happiest. So I didn't want to push myself to anything too crazy. So here it is. These are my bookish goals for 2023. Let me know if we have any goals in common. Let me know how many books you plan to read this year, or if you're setting a reading goal at all.
Happy New Year! My name is Ivy. I love reading, and I especially love buying and hoarding books. So much so that I have racked up a massive collection of unread books over the years. Like, look at this pile here. Oh my god, so many unread books. And the shelves are disgusting. Literally so dusty and gross. Anyway, in 2023, I want to change that. So I have challenged myself to read my entire physical TBR. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Some of them have really ugly covers like this one and this one. Literally disgusting, gross. I've had some of these books since I was literally 10. These ones I've had since I was 13. I'm missing 2 of them because my little brother's lost them. Still haven't read them. Magazines, self-help, I'm doing it all, baby. I want to read all of my books. I counted them up, there's 40. I'm so confused as to why or how I'm going to do this because I'm in my final year of uni in 2023, but I'm just sick of having all these books lying around and I want to read them. I'm quite an average pace reader, so like I said, literally no idea how this is going to pan out, but if you want to follow along, feel free.
Get ready with me while I tell you guys my reading goals for 2023. My first goal is to stop focusing on how many pages a book has and just read a book because I want to read it, not because of how many pages it has. I feel like throughout this year especially, I was picking up books that had like 300, 400 pages instead of picking up books that are 700 pages, even though I wanted to read the 700 page books more. And that's simply because I wanted to read a book faster so I can count it towards my reading goal, and I shouldn't be doing that. I should be reading books because I want to read them, not because they're shorter than other books. My next reading goal is to read the books on my physical TBR. So every single year in my reading journal, I include a page of all the books going into the new year that are on my shelves that I haven't read yet. And then throughout that year, I will cross them off when I read them to see how many of the older books on my TBR that I'm reading. And this year I read, I think, like 15, and I think my goal was 30. So I would like to make my goal 30 again because I think it's achievable. I just have to actually put my mind to it. My third goal is to start doing my reading journal again. So every single year I create a reading journal which like keeps track of everything I'm reading every month and like how many books I'm reading and everything. And I used to journal every single day in like my reading journal and my life journal. And then in 2022, for some reason, I just stopped. And I want to pick that up again. And thankfully I got a reading journal from Owlcrate, and so it's already all done up. So I don't have to do spreads for any month. I just have to fill it in. So I think that's really going to help me. My last goal is just to read 100 books. That's my goal every year, and I feel like if I'm going to achieve any of these goals on this list, it's probably going to be this one. I'll keep you guys updated throughout the year so you guys can see if I'm actually on the road to completing these goals.
Everyone's doing their 2023 reading goals, and I'm a sheep, so here you go, here are mine. Now, first is to read 100 books. This is just my standard goal. It's the one I do on Goodreads. I've had it for 2 years, and I've done it for 2 years, so just the same. Then my next goal is to read 5 classic books, which might come as a surprise because anyone who knows me knows that I do not read classic books. But as an educated woman, I feel like I should read a classic book. This links with my next goal, which is find at least one classic that I genuinely like. Not like because I feel as though I'm supposed to like it, like because I genuinely actually go out of my way and like it. Then I want to start a new series. I cannot remember the last time I read like books from a series. I haven't done it in so long. I really want to start a new one next year. I want to become emotionally attached to characters again. Then finally, read more books with disability rep. Now, as a disabled woman, I feel like I should have already been doing this, but I haven't, and I'm slacking. So that is one of my goals.
These are my 2023 reading goals that are not just a numeric Goodreads goal. So my biggest goal, more than anything else, is to read more diverse books. And I think I did a decent job this year, but I want to do better next year. I want to be consciously reaching for books that feature marginalized identities, that feature fat characters, trans characters, disabled characters, queer characters, characters from racial and ethnic minorities, religious minorities. I want like 2/3 of the books that I read to be one of those things, because I like, you know, do practice what I preach, but I think I need to do a better job at it. And on that note, I also want to read a lot more non-romance sapphic books. I think I only read one this year, and I think that was Belladonna. I want more of that. Another goal of mine that's a big one is to just DNF more books. I cannot tell you the number of books this year that I was like, I'm not enjoying this, I don't want to finish it, but I like pushed through. There's no reason to do that. Why would I subject myself? Why should I subject myself to a book that I'm actively not enjoying when there are hundreds of books that I want to be reading that I would enjoy? So just DNF more books. Another goal is that I want to read more nonfiction. I do read nonfiction, or I did at least. This year I don't know if I read any. I have piles of nonfiction. Like I actively buy nonfiction, but this year I was really reaching for like feel-good books. I was immersing myself in that escapism, and I think next year I really want to hunker down and get back into this learning mindset and just exploring more, instead of pure escapism. And finally, I just want to post more reviews. I post a lot of like general rec videos and haul videos, but as far as like one-off reviews go, I realize I don't post that many, and I'm so bad at keeping up with my Goodreads. Like I don't give anybody my Goodreads because of the fact that I just don't keep up with it. So I think I'm gonna try to both post more reviews on Goodreads and to post more reviews on here. So those are my reading goals. Feel free to comment your own, and if they're good, I might steal them.
Setting up my 2023 book journal. I chose the grey one this year. I'm feeling like a cool tone vibe. Even with the rating system, I've picked greys, blues, purples. I picked lilac here, but I actually ended up going over it again in a darker blue, like you can see here. I thought it'd be quite nice that the lower ratings be one shade and then the higher ratings be another colour. The more blue in my journal, the worse the ratings are. The more purple, the better they are. I'm aiming for 40 this year, managed 35 in 2022, so let's see if I can do it. Thanks for joining.
It is time.